morning. Thank you for sitting down and talking with us.
My pleasure.
Please sit down.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is so cool.
I know.
That's our camera. Yeah, come closer to the desk if you can.
Okay.
That way we can make sure to get your,
Not a problem.
let's see if the light adjust here. Hold on.
Yeah, that's fine.
The light is stabilized
No.
a little bit now.
No, it's really fun.
There we go.
It's really fun. I know
Welcome.
you're very in touch with technology
Yeah,
and very
cool.
savvy about that. Google Plus is our newest social platform here, and we have 100 million plus Google Plus users, registered users.
Okay.
So it's really a great way to get the word out and the message, and certainly let them know about your new book that's out.
I'm glad to do it.
Called
Happy to do it.
Let It Go.
That's right.
Yeah, we have a lot of people in the Hangout here. We have about a maximum of 10, but this is also broadcast to the 100 plus million registered users. So
Excellent.
it makes the Hangout fun. These guys are actually registered, not registered, I say FCC approved. And many of them are very familiar with you, grew up with you.
Okay.
And so I know that they have a lot of questions. They have some questions for you, certainly. But I just want to start out with your book called Let It Go, and it's about forgiveness. Tell us about why we should go get it.
The book is called Let It Go, and it really protects the final frontier. The last place that we have privacy is in our own minds. And when we allow that to become contaminated with unforgiveness and stress and pressure and grief and regret, then you have no place to go at all. And I think our society is suffering massively because we don't have a way to resolve internal issues and conflicts on the inside. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It's not about the perpetrator, it's about you.
Absolutely. Hey, you guys, I know you are dying to talk to him. Let me open this up and introduce you to some of these people. They're from all over the world. We've got Lord Parker, who is from the UK.
Hi, Lord.
We have Canada.
Hey, Steph.
Tom's from Atlanta. Kim's from Missouri. Kim's from
Hello.
Hi.
And Joseph's from New York.
Hey, Joseph.
Honored, sir.
Deano's from Reno, and he actually is very, very familiar with you. His mama made sure he knew about you. And it's Chris. Chris is from Dallas.
Hi, Chris.
Coming in and hanging out.
Dallas, my
Yes.
city.
Yep.
Kim, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. I am one who has been, I grew up on TD Jakes all my life, and I have watched Woman Thou Art Loose, and then I see the trailer for the new Woman Thou Art Loose, and they look somewhat different. What made you go in a different way with the second movie?
Well, I want to brand a series of movies up under the Woman Thou Art Loose brand that focuses on the stories of women who use their faith to rebound from the vicissitudes of life. This is the second in the series. It's called On the Seventh Day, and Blair Underwood is our lead star, Sharon Leal in it, and it's an independent film, and it's designed to continue this conversation of how do you blend faith and craziness to come out to a more positive end. How can faith be a catalyst for reforming the human experience? And it's really based on a barrage of many stories that have been written back to me as a result of me writing the book, Woman Thou Art Loose.
Wow, I like that.
Bishop Jakes, first off, I just want to say it's an honor to be talking to you, sir. I seriously grew up with your sermons. My mom is also a minister in the AME faith.
Yes.
And it's large in part to your words that she listened to over and over and over and over and over and over again.
People were all AME, so I'm well aware of the AME church, and we're appreciative of it.
Yeah. It's like my actual question to you is like about your newer book. What pushed you to write this? Is like what made you feel that it was necessary that you had this message to get out? It's like, is there a particular event in mind that made you do this, or was it just things in general that brought this message to your heart?
I think it's a composite of several different things. First of all, in my own life, I'm constantly bombarded with people who get on my nerves. It happens to me.
Okay, don't feel so bad.
Don't feel bad at all. And I'm a limited resource. I can't hold on to issues and be available to be as creative and as thoughtful as I need to be if my mind is filled with the energy that I expend to banter back and forth with somebody about something that makes no difference. So that was part of it. The other part of it is I see more and more physical diseases and illnesses that are exacerbated by stress and pressure. I see so many people who can't get into the new relationship because they're still scarred from the last relationship, and we're having all kinds of relationship troubles from with God to with each other. And I thought that this whole discussion about forgiveness was very timely, particularly at a time when our country has lost all civility and has acquiesced into the abyss of human depravity rather than to focus on the common needs of our society today. I think it's a vital book for right now.
And simply, how do you let it go? I know it's, sometimes we hear it and it's so hard to put in practice.
I think it helps when you look at the big picture, when you associate the fact that your destiny has nothing to do with this incident, and that you forsake the energy that you need to be putting into your destiny while focusing on your history. And so you never get free from your past because the umbilical cord that ties you to it is your anger and hostility against something that is over. It's better to resolve the conflict and move forward. And here's the great thing about it, too. I think so many people, when you hear forgiveness, they think you want to make them into these little Pollyannas where you're walking around whistling all the time. I give a whole chapter on why you should be angry. But then conversely, how you should not stay angry.
Right.
Anger is a benefit to our human experience, but when you stay angry over the same things over and over again, it beats down your body, it destroys your creativity, and it robs you of your life.
Okay. Chris?
Yeah.
You're in Dallas. You're very familiar with Bishop Jakes' words.
Yes, I am, actually. Hey, how you doing? I used to be at Fox 4 in Dallas, so in the sports, so we're nice over here. You were very influential with the guys that I covered, Emmett, Dion. To me, that's very impressive. You've been able to touch a lot of people's lives, but to be able to get in that inner circle, explain a little bit about that and what athletes and celebrities, how they deal with a whole different realm of the world that we do.
First of all, isn't that a great question?
Thank you.
I'm really impressed because people do not understand that they do live in a different world. And it is tragic that you live in one world, but you're judged by the standards of another. The shocking thing for me, having worked with quite a few athletes and celebrities, is that their world was very different. Their temptations are different. Their struggles are different. The demands on their lives are different. They live in a fish tank, which creates pressure unbelievable. They have volumes of money and volumes of resources, but volumes of enemies, attacks, and stresses, unlike somebody who works at Walmart. Which has perils and stress on its own level. But I think it is very, very important that we understand that they are having a different experience and that we are not so quick to say what we would do because we have not been faced with the same variables to which they are thwarted every day.
I know that you were very close with Whitney Houston. In fact, Tony had watched your eulogy beautifully. This is Tony McEwing. I don't know if you have met Tony.
No, I haven't met him.
Tony,
Hi,
oh my
Tony.
gosh, you have got to
Good
meet
to meet you.
Well, and you actually had only met her at the introduction of Sparkle. Is that right?
That's exactly right. Of course, everybody loved her music. I knew her mother very well, but I didn't meet her until she was on the set of Sparkle. And so my experiences were limited to watching her rebound from the many things that the press was engaged in talking about. I didn't know her when she was on the downside of her experience.
What I really liked about T.D. Jakes' eulogy, and I don't know if you actually had the opportunity to see Whitney Houston's service, but basically your theme was triumphing over death.
Right. And my focus is to comfort the family and to help the fans to deal with, I think all of us felt like we lost something, a great gift, a great person, and not only because she was a great singer and a great actor, but also because we were aware of her struggles. I think it brought some level of endearment to many, many people who were rooting for her. She did not live in a glass bubble, but she was amongst us in a way that we saw her strengths and her weaknesses, and the collage of the two made her more palatable to her fans because she did not try to hide from them that she was a real person with real issues.
And basically, if there was a theme to your eulogy, it is that while it appears that death wins, it doesn't.
It does not win, and anybody who's ever really had a love experience with someone who died knows that love is stronger than death. It doesn't go to the grave. grave with the person. You still love them. You don't get to see them, and you're still aware of their love for you. And I wanted to remind the family of that, and I did it within the context of a death, burial, and resurrection context I thought was appropriate for the setting. I was only up there just a few minutes, but I wanted to give hope in the midst of what was a very sad and dismal circumstance.
And something that we can all apply to our own lives.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm really trying to get people to invest more into their lives, into their faith, into their love for people. If you love somebody, tell them now. If you want to be with them, take the risk of being vulnerable and open up now, because we never know that we're going to have tomorrow. And I think we lose sight of that. We're so busy and doing what we do, and you look around, and the people that really matter the most got the least amount of attention from you, and then they're gone.
That's always the case. And we always hurt the ones we love the most. Tony, we love you.
Oh.
Yeah, and Tony's, speaking of, I will say that too. Tony's got to get ready for the 9 o'clock. He's actually going to be on the Good Day LA.
Okay.
But thank you, Tony. I'm glad you guys got to meet, and thank you so much for joining us. That's all.
Hey,
You
Maria?
are watching. Yes, yes. Do you have one last question? I don't know if we have time. Yes?
If we have time, I would love your perspective, Bishop, on social networks. All of us here actually met in this social network, and I just wonder your perspective on whether they are helping the issues of society or exacerbating the fraying at the edges.
I think
Question.
I think they're both helping and hurting. I think they're helping from the standpoint that we can get information in warp speed today. We can interact with people that we wouldn't be able to touch otherwise. We immerse ourselves in societies that are different from our own, and that way it's very, very positive. But it has also given a forum for people who exacerbate that form through hate and melodrama in such a way that it's not regulated. And so, like money or anything else, the form is nebulous. It's what you do with it that makes it good or bad, and it depends on the person who's got their hand on the keys.
And we're trying to do good here, and we're sharing stories, definitely, and particularly your story. Hey, Heather, you have that book. Let me just show everybody.
Picture.
Yes. Oh, yeah, we'll definitely take a photo. But this is the book here. It's called Let It Go by Bishop T.D. Jakes. And
Available
go
wherever
ahead,
books are
forgiveness.
sold.
All right, come on.
Come on, guys.
Okay.
Cool.
Yay.
Fun.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thanks.
All right, got him.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for your
Bye,
time.
everybody.
Thank you, Bishop.
Thank you.
Come back and
So
visit
much.
us.